Hi guys, welcome to another vegan bike rider. Change of topic and subject from me today. Probably not many of you know that for years now I've been an avid F1 fan, Formula One fan. Love my motor racing at the very pinnacle, F1. Today just been the German Grand Prix. This is 2016 and it's 31st of July. Just watched the German Grand Prix at Hockenheim. What was a majestic track in the past going through the forests, now been reduced to an attempt to sell more tickets to the ever dwindling numbers of fans that are going to F1 races by cutting out the forest section and just having the stadium section where the grandstand seating and fan area is, so they can see more often the cars coming past them, which, you know, I kind of understand if you're trying to sell tickets, but for the die-hard fans like myself with the classic tracks like Silverstone, Suzuka, Hockenheim, Spa, you know, we don't want to see these tracks changed. So that's one thing I've been unhappy about with today's race. The other has been something that's been gathering pace for a length of time now, and that is that F1 had a massive change a few years back to the new hybrid engines things, and we've come away from the large petrol V10s, and we're now, so we've come down from V12s to V10s, and we're now at what I believe 1.6 litre V6 engines, which are hybrid, so they've got the electric pack on them as well, kicking out a huge amount of torque, and it's amazing what the engineers have extracted, what the designers and engineers have extracted from these cars. The problem is the result that this has all caused. The cars, the technology is not there yet, so the cars are not 100% reliable. There's lots and lots of electronic and software issues with them, where the cars mid-race can just switch into a different mode or lose power, and then it comes back and they can reset it. It's almost like a computer game now. The drivers have a really tough time driving these cars, not physically anymore, it has to be said, compared to the past. But because of the technology involved, they're more like an airline pilot than a racing driver, or part airline pilot, part racing driver. And the ridiculous rules that have been put into place recently. So the teams can't communicate with the drivers when there's a problem and tell them how to reset things and what toggle to switch and all of that. So the drivers have got to figure it out themselves, which is crazy. Because they're not race engineers, they're race drivers. The tyre rules are just crazy at the moment as well. So that they're spending a huge amount of time on track, not racing, not pushing, all cruising around, almost like watching a parade at Goodwood rather than an F1 race for a championship. And now we've had recently, right up to including today, more and more stringent stewards penalties being imposed on the drivers for driving these sophisticated cars that are incredibly hard to drive, attempting to race. Oh, by the way, the aero package means they virtually cannot follow each other and do a physical overtake on their own. That's almost impossible now. So it's braking into a corner is pretty much the only place other than a DRS assist. So braking into a corner in a vehicle that's got a fly-by-wire brake pedal on it, and decides when it harvests energy for the electric pack as well, which kicks in and slows the car down. So imagine trying to stop a car from 220 miles an hour in literally a couple of 100 meters down to 45 miles an hour to hit an apex of a hairpin bend at Hockenheim, two abreast, and you're trying to take the position. How many times do you think you're going to get that right versus how many you're going to get that wrong, with a car deciding whether it wants to slow more or less itself midway through the braking phase and you have no control over? How many times are you going to get that move wrong? Okay, if you get it slightly wrong, and the other driver is pushed wide and pushed off the track, bam, 5-second or 10-second penalty straight away. You know, so as a driver, are you going to be encouraged to go for these overtakes and give the viewing public what they want to see? No, you're probably not. You're probably going to be sitting there thinking, look, I've got third in the bag here. I'd love to go for second. I'd love to go for first. But hey, I could be penalised and be back down in 5th or 6th place if this goes wrong through no fault of my own. So I'm just going to sit here and take third. Thank you very much. On top of managing fuel consumption, so slowing down, turning the engine modes down, everyone parading around for about 10 laps or so, managing the tyres, slowing down as well, parading around so you don't burn through the tyres, otherwise you won't be able to keep up with what everyone else is doing if they do manage it. You know, it's just the FIA and the stewards between them have absolutely sucked all of the fun out of F1 for me as a fan, as a long-term fan. Been watching this shit since I was a kid. You know, I'm in my 40s now, and I'm emotional now because it's been a day that's put me off racing. Something that I love to watch, and quite possibly I might not watch it for a couple of years and just see what happens and whether they completely rejig the formula and rechange things, because I would say probably all of this season now, we're midway through the season, all of this season, I have fallen asleep in almost every race watching it. When they go into the parade phase where they're managing tyres, managing fuel, it's just like watching cars drive around rather than, there's no racing. You know, who wants to sit there and give up a whole Sunday watching this when there's no racing? You know, so as a fan, what I want to see, and I'm sure I speak for millions of other people as well, is we want to see the drivers, the best drivers in the world, Hamilton, Alonso, Ricciardo, people like that, Verstappen. We want to see these guys racing wheel to wheel. We don't want to see them following each other. I don't want to see Alonso down in 12th, 14th place because the car's shit and he can't do anything with it, because of the rules and regulations don't allow the teams to test them and develop the cars enough. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So keep on putting pressure on the F1, the FIA via social media to give us back exciting racing. And if you agree with me, leave me some comments down below. Let me know. If you disagree with me, let me know why. Put some comments down below and tell me why. And yeah, hopefully we can bring to light a little bit more of what we all feel and what we want from Formula One. Cheers for watching, guys. Catch you next time.